we transitioned into what has become a permanent wartime economy. Every president, for better or worse, wants to be a wartime president, right? That's how you enter the history books.
I guess selling defense is maybe an easy thing to do for humans because you can introduce fear or uncertainty, and it's maybe the perfect business model. So how does this end, John?
I'm not sure how it ends short of the most devastating recession or depression in American history that forces us to reassess our priorities. The thing about you Americans is you always offer us democracy and military aid. And the Chinese offer us food and new roads. And the next thing you know, the Chinese have bases all over Africa. And in Washington here at the State Department, they ask themselves, how did that happen? Just do what the Chinese are doing and stop spending so much money on unnecessary defense expenditures.
I need to hear a little bit about your personal story. You were on the lines, you saw that torture program. You mentioned that Cheney was in that room there, and then I guess you saw kind of the things that went into place.
The way I made a real name for myself at the agency was the capture of Abu Zubaydah, who was the number 3 in Al-Qaeda. And catching him that night literally changed the course of the rest of my life, for better or for worse. Mostly for worse.
Because that's when they wanted to torture him, and that's when you drew the line.
Yeah, I said, guys, have none of you read the Geneva Convention? We can't do that. It's a war crime. You know, they call you the human rights guy. And I said, yeah, I know that. And he said, you know that's not a compliment, right? And I said, Steve, I'm right and they're wrong. And that's what's going to come out at the end.